Moving on to international news. Israeli airstrikes that shook the Syrian capital on Friday night targeted the headquarters of the army's 4th Division and a radar battalion in the nearby countryside. The UK-based Syrian Observatory for Human Rights said Israel's strikes hit military sites in Damascus and its countryside. The UN said Israeli bombing of Syria is disrupting humanitarian operations and spreading fear. The Arab League has condemned Israel's grab for Syrian land in the buffer zone between the two countries. Meanwhile, Jordan is scheduled to host an emergency summit on Syria, which will be attended by top diplomats from Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Lebanon, Egypt, the United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, Qatar, Turkey, the US, the European Union and the UN. Palestinian authorities have said that at least 33 Palestinians have been killed and wounded, more than 50 people in an Israeli strike on the Nuseirat refugee camp in central Gaza as Israel continues to conduct devastating attacks across the Strip. The government media office in Gaza called the Thursday attack a barbaric and heinous massacre, noting that most of those killed hailed from the Al-Sheikh Ali family. Medics told the news agency Reuters that Israeli fire struck a postal office in Nuseirat, sheltering displaced Palestinian families as well as nearby houses. Photographs from the scene show young children coated with dust and blood in the rubble of a collapsed building. As of October 2024, the one-year anniversary of the war, Israeli strikes had completely wiped out at least 902 entire families in the Strip, according to the government media office in Gaza. In the time since, Israeli attacks have killed more than 44,800 Palestinians in Gaza. More than half of them were women and children. South Korea's lawmakers have voted to impeach President Yoon Suk-yeol over his attempt to impose martial law following massive protests that gripped the country. A total of 204 MPs supported the motion, including some from Yoon's People Power Party (PPP). Yoon is now officially suspended, with Prime Minister Han Duck-soo stepping in as acting president. The Constitutional Court will decide Yoon's fate with up to 6 months to rule on the impeachment. He could also face other charges such as insurrection. Today's result marks a significant victory for the South Koreans who have been protesting since 5th of December demanding Yoon's removal. But there is also anger and disappointment from Yoon's supporters. Many of them believe declaring martial law was necessary to safeguard democracy and national security. Chief Advisor's Press Secretary Shafiqul Alam said the interim government has so far not interfered in any newspaper or forced any journalist, and this trend will continue. He said this at a discussion on the role of the mass media in building a new Bangladesh at Dhaka Reporters Unity today. Shafiqul Alam said the interim government wants to take the mass media to a new height based on the report of the Mass Media Reform Commission. To end the bulletin, headlines once again. Nation observes Martyrs' Intellectual Day, remembering the greatest sons of the soil with due respect. President Muhammad Shahabuddin and Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus paid rich tributes to the martyred intellectuals. Commission of Inquiry on Enforced Disappearance submits interim report to Chief Advisor. Commission finds involvement of Sheikh Hasina in the enforced disappearances and recommends to disband RAB. Second chance to build a new nation which was gained through the sacrifices of youths must not be wasted, says law advisor. Timor-Leste President Jose Ramos Horta coming to Dhaka on a further official visit. Israeli airstrikes hit military sites near Syrian capital Damascus. And Bashundhara Kings, Mohammedan Sporting Club and Bangladesh Police FC win their respective matches in Bangladesh Premier League BPL football today. And that's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for staying with us.